On Friday, November the 3rd, the roundup continues with the Mystery Project in our final half hour and the continuation of the Peggy Delaney series written by James W. Nichol. Faced with disturbing news about a longtime friend, Peggy does some background digging, which proves easier than keeping things right with her daughter, Amber. Kyra Harper stars as Peggy Delaney in Long Drive Home.
Hello there. You've reached Peggy Delaney, Toronto Tribune. If you have something confidential you want to pass on, just leave your name and number. The walls have ears. I'll get back to you. If you're calling to give me fulsome, unqualified praise for my columns, feel free now. If you're calling to scream at me, fascist, communist, cop-loving, cop-hating, pro-lesbian, anti-lesbian, pretend anti-establishment, crypto-Bay Street swamp pig, go for it. After all, this is a quasi-democracy. Oh, hello? Miss Delaney? Miss Delaney? Oh, I'll leave a message then. Hello? Charlie's dead.
Amber, supper's ready. Amber!
Everything looks great.
Uh-huh. Well, I always do roast beef and a whack of potatoes when I have a man over for supper. It was just my thing. Amber!
I'm here. You don't have to screech.
I'm not screeching. I was just wondering when you were going to come out of your bedroom, that's all. This is Carlos. You two almost met before.
Hi, Amber.
When you entrapped Lenny and arrested him?
For Lenny's own good. Everything turned out all right? Okay, everyone. Sit down. Carlos, could you carve the roast, please?
Sure.
God, you do it every other time now. What, you're suddenly helpless?
Amber, I am just being polite.
Trying to make me feel useful.
Oh, I'm sure she'll do that.
Yeah, well. How do you want it sliced? Thin, in between, thick?
How come you're not married?
Amber, thick. Carve it thick.
I am married. It didn't work out.
Maybe we could be less personal.
He's used to questions. He's a cop.
That's right. Fire away.
Any kids?
One. A little girl.
That sucks. For her, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, Sammy, get off the table, or I'll kill you. 7 days ago. Oh, God. I just didn't know. Well, how would you? I asked where Charlie was a few weeks ago, when he wasn't around the Blue Moon anymore. I kept saying, where's Charlie? His boss said he'd moved to some other place, a cousin's bar out in East End. He did? He was so good to me. He helped me, well, to get off the stuff. Oh. Yeah. By the end, getting a drink out of Charlie was a real ordeal. I loved your husband. Me too. Right. I mean, I just can't believe it. You have lots of kids. 7. 3 had gone from home, though. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Dale. Yeah. The message you left, you said Charlie had a car accident, but you don't believe it was an accident, and the police won't do anything? Charlie always said Peggy Delaney can get anything done. All she has to do is write it in her column, and the cops jump, politicians jump. Everybody listens to Peggy Delaney. He was real proud to know you. Oh, darn that dog. Oh, okay. I'll quiet her down. She sounds kind of big. She's a husky cross. She's on a chain, though. Heidi! Heidi! Nobody's there! Shh! There's a girl. Shh! Good girl. There. Well, your dog obeys you a lot better than my cat. That's one of the reasons, you see. Why I know. That the car crash wasn't an accident? Yes. Heidi always stays inside, but Charlie tied her outside about a month ago because he was afraid. He said she should stay outside all the time, day and night. It's winter. It's cold at night.
What was he afraid of?
I think somebody was blackmailing him.
Really? By threatening you and the children, you mean?
For about this last half year, Charlie started staying out at night. All night, sometimes. That wasn't like him. But he wouldn't talk about it. At first I thought it was some other woman.
Oh.
And then he lost his job.
Lost it?
He was fired. I don't know why Mr. Riley told you he went to work for somebody else. He still had money, though. He always gave me the same household money every week. But he was hardly around anymore. And when he was, he looked kind of like desperate. I think he'd gotten involved with some bad people. And he was doing something bad at night. And then they turned around and blackmailed him.
But Charlie never struck me as someone who would do anything.
After the car accident, I went to our bank. I never did the banking. We had a little put aside. I knew that much. It was gone. I had some money I'd inherited from my mom, too. We put it into Canada savings bonds. They were in a safety deposit box. They were gone.
Oh, no.
I think these bad people, they threatened to go to the police, to tell on Charlie, and he tied Heidi outside to protect us, and he paid them. And when he didn't have any more money left, they killed him.
Jim, you said in your message that he was alone in his car. I mean, he crashed into a bridge abutment.
After he was murdered. They just made it look like an accident.
You know, the other possibility, besides an accident, or murder, if Charlie was upset, depressed.
Charlie would never leave me alone. Not with 4 children at home. Whatever trouble he was in, he'd never do that. He was a good man.
Yes, he was.
And good evening to you, Miss Delaney.
She's sure somebody was blackmailing him over something.
Uh-huh.
Why don't we have an ashtray? This is the smoking section, isn't it?
No.
Oh, that's okay. I'll use your plate. It was a disaster, wasn't it?
What?
You know what?
Your dinner last night? The roast beef was good. I thought Amber was terrific. The cat was okay.
Oh, I don't know who I was more angry at. Amber for being impossible, or you for enjoying it.
I wasn't enjoying it. It was more or less as you'd expected, wasn't it? You'd warned me. So maybe I was just amused that it was more or less as you'd expected. That's all.
I had this stupid idea that maybe she'd warm up to you, and then I could have you both.
Most single parents I know have private lives. Amber's 15. Maybe if we just go ahead, she'll accept it.
Most single parents have nothing to do with me. I took off. I had better things to do. I haven't lived with her for over 12 years. Oh, we were just getting it together. She was just beginning to believe that she was the most important person in my life. And then I screwed it up. Huh. At least I'm consistent.
About what?
About hurting her. You'd think she'd be used to it by now.
That's all you're going to say?
Yes. I'm going over to the Blue Moon. Ask around about Charlie.
Okay.
Peggy,
Hi there, Sean.
just setting up some bottles in reserve. I want the bar to run dry.
Good old Friday night.
Yeah. Well, they don't see you around here so much anymore.
Did you know Charlie was dead?
Went to the funeral.
I didn't know. Nobody told me.
My brother Teddy called Charlie up to see how he was doing. June told him that he'd been killed in a car crash 2 days before. Otherwise, none of us here would have known either.
Yeah. Remember When I asked you 3 or 4 weeks ago why he wasn't around, you said you'd heard he was working at his cousin's bar in East End? Well, June says there is no cousin and no bar. He was fired.
That's right.
You lied to me.
Charlie was missing his shits. Wanting advances on his pay, pestering the rest of the staff for loans. He was in big money trouble over something, but he wouldn't say over what. I figured he'd be into my cash register next.
He'd been a waiter here for 20 years.
I understand that. And I was grateful. Right? People still have to do their jobs. I told you he had other work because I knew you and Charlie were tight. I didn't want to trash him in front of you.
Yeah. Well, if Charlie and I were so tight, I would have called him up to see how he was doing, like Teddy did. If I ever gave a rat's ass about anybody but myself.
Homicide, Detective Sabo.
Hi.
Hello there.
Carlos,
What?
I've been thinking about Charlie. There's something funny about that dog, Heidi.
As in, hilarious?
No. As in, it doesn't add up. If he wanted to protect his wife and kids, why would he insist they keep Heidi tied outside? Wouldn't you want a dog like that running around loose inside the house where she could actually do some good if someone broke in?
Yeah, I would.
Me too. Besides, a dog tied outside is vulnerable. If you wanted to shut it up, you could give it some doped-up meat or hit it over the head or something, couldn't you?
Yeah. Eliminate protecting the family, then.
Mm-hmm. I already have.
Okay. Why tie Heidi outside?
Hmm.
You know, if Charlie had something hidden out in the yard, and if he thought somebody might come around looking for it, then insisting the dog stay outside makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's what I think, too. When I was there, I looked out the window. Heidi was tied up to a doghouse in the middle of the yard. There's a beat-up old garage, but it's at the end of the property. The leash doesn't reach anywhere near that far.
Dogs bark.
Until somebody shuts them out.
Right. Now, I get the feeling you know the answer to this.
Well, I think if I was sneaking around, even if I had drugged Heidi, the last place I think to look for anything would be in her doghouse.
Her doghouse?
Yes. Carlos, Heidi is guarding her own doghouse.
How you doing in there?
As long as she keeps that mud inside the house. Okay, I guess.
God, kind of smells.
Kind of.
Find anything?
Sticks. Leaves.
Oh.
Blankets. Some canvas. A wooden lid. There's a hole dug in the ground.
By Charlie?
That dog's smarter than it looks. There's what feels like a couple of cartons below the frost line. I'll lift them out. 1, 2.
Cases of booze?
Oh. That's it. Except for dog hair. Jeez.
What the hell was Charlie doing? Hiding 2 cases of booze.
Bacardi white rum? Smirnoff vodka.
Sean Riley at the Blue Moon, he said he'd fired Charlie before he got into his cash register. Maybe not before he got into his booze, though.
Well, maybe. Why? There's only room for 2 cases in his hiding place. He wasn't going to get rich that way, was he?
No.
Sure went to a lot of trouble. Keep him out of sight, though. Let's have a look.
That's what's in them, all right. All full, all gleaming, all saying, "Hi there, sailor."
Don't get carried away.
Now what?
I'm just going to have a shot.
What?
Bacardi rum, it ain't.
No? It's sealed.
Yeah. People counterfeit 20s, 50s, and they counterfeit booze, too. This stuff's raw tasting. Whether they're making rum, vodka, whatever. But the bottles, the labels, even the cartons are always first-class forgeries. These are real beauties.
Uh-huh.
You can buy this stuff for about $50. Save yourself $250 a case.
Wow.
One bar we busted, they went through a case a day of this phony stuff. 300 days a year. Well, there's $75,000.
But it tastes awful.
Not that bad. You never serve it straight. Always with a mixer. After a couple of drinks of the good stuff, no one's going to notice the bad stuff when you switch them. Just as long as it gives them a buzz. And this stuff will do that.
That bar you busted, was it about the same size as the Blue Moon?
A few tables less, probably. Not as good a location.
Uh-huh.
My liquor license. It was dangling by a thread in front of my eyes.
Oh?
Yeah. Little prick. Sorry.
It's okay.
Charlie had bought that bogus liquor from somewhere, came in here and said he'd go to the liquor board and tell them he'd taken the cases right out of my storage room.
Charlie was blackmailing you?
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it either. I mean, Charlie. In this business, you live in fear of any kind of complaint, anything that puts your liquor license in jeopardy. You was going to drag some black market booze into the liquor board's offices and say I was selling that shit.
This was after you fired him.
Yeah.
How much did he want?
25,000.
25? How much did you give him?
25,000. I was that scared.
Do you know what he wanted it for?
Oh, I didn't much care. I just knew that as soon as I transferred it into his account, it was gone.
Cinderella cleaning, we're everywhere.
Hush. How's things?
Hush, I'm on the phone. No, this is not a dry cleaner's. Great. You?
Found out.
No.
Charlie's dead.
Charlie.
The waiter. You know, Charlie. Charlie Dale at the Blue Moon.
Oh, yeah.
He was killed in a car accident way out some stupid place. Highway 11.
No kidding. Well, that's too bad.
Mm-hmm. He ran into a bridge abutment. Maybe.
Maybe. You'd think if he ran into one, he'd know it.
Bernie, Charlie's dead.
Sorry. I get nervous around dead people. Yeah, I know he was a good friend of yours.
I didn't even know where he lived.
Oh, don't smoke in here, please. It fills up my sinuses.
You've got hay fever.
It's February. Okay, smoke. I was out on Highway 11 the other night.
Huh? Hard to imagine you being anywhere north of Wellesley and Young.
My health club went on an excursion. We rented a bus and had a casino night. I lost $200. But thank Moss and I are going to see Il Trovatore Friday night. Could be the start of something.
Oh, great. Meanwhile, I'm the abstinence poster girl. Whereabouts?
Hummingbird Center.
No, a casino. Whereabouts on Highway 11?
I don't know. Out in the country somewhere. Past Aurelia or somewhere. Casino-rama.
Casino-rama. Charlie's wife told me she had to call a funeral home and arrange for them to bring his body back to Toronto. An ambulance had taken him from the accident scene to a hospital in Aurelia.
How do I get into these things?
Because you know the way to the casino and I don't. Because you're my best friend. Because you're a warm, caring, delightful human being.
And don't forget, stupid. Because I am stupid.
I'm going to drop in on Charlie's wife first. See if she has a picture of Charlie. We can show it her in the casino.
All kinds of people go up there. I don't see how anyone's going to recognize
She said that Charlie was gone most nights. All night sometimes. And that this had been going on for months. If he was gambling, and if this casino was his place to do it, then I'm sure someone will recognize his picture.
Are you? Oh. Where's the cop?
The cop?
Carlos.
He was sitting in the Blue Moon when I talked to Riley, just in case. Backup.
Backup.
Then he took the fake booze back to his office to see if they could trace who manufactured it.
Really? Has Amber met Carlos yet?
Yes. That's you, Ned, in the backyard. Hi.
Peggy. Oh, am I glad to see you.
Oh?
Look what Heidi just found. I was just tying her up. She jumped right into that hole in her doghouse, and then, when she came out, she had this old sock in her mouth, and she cracked it.
She cracked it.
Oh, this is my friend, Bernie.
Hi. I was really sorry to hear about Charlie.
Thank you. Look, what was inside the sock. Heidi split the plastic case. It looks like a tape. Yes. It'll still play.
June, you said you wanted to know what really happened. Maybe this will help. Or do you want to know?
Yes.
Look who's back. Well?
I worked here for over 20 years, Mr. Riley. I sure did.
And you got yourself screwed up in your head.
I've lost some money. That's all.
None of my business.
I can make it up. I've got a system.
Why are you in my office? You were fired. You're still fired. You should thank me. Now you can gamble all night and all day. Goodbye, Charlie.
Mr. Riley, I lost my wife's money. If you could give me a loan, I know I could win it back.
No, thanks. Now get lost. I got work to do.
Sean Riley, I know what you and your brother Teddy are doing. I know about the other storeroom, about you switching booze, you know. I sure do.
What did you say?
I sure do. I snuck the key. Got 2 cases. Got a hit. I'm going to the liquor board. I guess I will.
Just because you know what's going on doesn't mean they're going to believe you.
They might, you know.
Well, this is interesting. The Charlie I knew, this kind of creepy shit last thing would ever have occurred to him. You really are screwed, aren't you? What do you want?
$25,000, or I go to the cops. I go to the license board, too.
How many kids you got, Charlie? 4, 6, 10? You go anywhere. Open your mouth to anyone. And one of those kids of yours is dead.
No. I got a partner. He knows what I'm doing. Anything happens, he'll swear you're the one.
There's lots of...
No! 25,000!
You know something? I used to you junkies stay at the slots or at the tables for such a long time, you wear diapers. So you don't have to take time to go to the washroom. Is that you, Charlie? You sit there every night pissing your pants, losing and losing and losing.
$25,000. I destroy the booze. I go away.
5,000. I'll make the check out right now. 5,000. If I ever hear from you again, you'll be arranging a funeral.
I need more.
No, you don't. You're just going to lose it anyway. There you go. Hey, come on, attaboy. I want you to do your wife and your family a real big favor, Charlie. Why don't you just kill yourself and get it over with?
Okay, Ducky. I'm going to win.
Are you all right? good all the time. He just got sick.
That partner Charlie was talking about, maybe he was talking about that tape. He secretly taped the meeting for insurance. All he'd have to do is give that Riley guy a copy later. It's incriminating.
Yeah. I don't think he'd anticipated that awful threat to his kids, though. He had it on tape, but he'd never go back for more money, for fear Riley would make good on his threat anyway.
Charlie would never risk his kids.
No. He probably lost the $5,000 all in one night. That was that.
Except he had to drive home. My Charlie. Except he had to get in the car and drive that dark, lonely drive home without any hope at all.
Yes.
Oh, Charlie, why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you say something? Why?
You've been listening to Long Drive Home, the latest in the Peggy Delaney series by James W. Nichol. In the cast, you heard Kyra Harper as Peggy, Caterina Scorsone as Amber, John Stalker as Bernie, George Buza as Detective Carla Chabot, William Colgate as Charlie Dale, Gillian Cook as June Dale, and Ron White as Sean Riley. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Drago Grandich. Sound effects by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. The coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program is produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, and he is the executive producer of the Mystery Project.